Irving police, with help from local and federal authorities, arrested 8 young people for buying and selling illegal gun modifications.
The group is accused of obtaining so-called Glock switches from China and then using social media to show them off and to sell modified weapons. These arrests are tied to a larger operation to get these illegal switches off the streets. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager live in Irving with the story. Peyton.
Heather, this investigation began back in September. Irving detectives learned that one of the suspects was staying in Irving, and then they learned this group had an operation spanning across North Texas, from Fort Worth to Arlington to Seagoville. 8 people, ranging in ages from 17 to 22, now face federal and state charges after Irving police say they were illegally distributing machine gun conversion devices known as Glock switches. Glock switches can allow firearms to mimic fully automated weapons. For example, an Irving police officer demonstrates the danger of these illegal but easily obtainable switches.
Our investigators found a distribution site on social media.
Officer Anthony Alexander is talking about these posts on Instagram. Dozens of switches advertised for sale by 17-year-olds, according to police. Firearms were also pictured. Plus, these are screenshots from an October music video uploaded online showing who police say is 17-year-old Caden Martinez holding multiple weapons. Investigators say the group purchased the switches from China and had them shipped to North Texas.
That's why we're seeing an influx of them on the street. I mean, it's almost as easy as ordering a package from Amazon.
Irving police, posing as buyers, caught the suspects making the transactions. Since September, police recovered nearly 40 switches and 4 firearms sold through social media. Multiple departments, including Arlington PD, Fort Worth PD, Dallas PD, Garland PD, along with ATF and Homeland Security, helped arrest all 8 last week. More switches, weapons, drugs, and money were found while executing search warrants.
We were only able to buy so many, so I would imagine that some, unfortunately, did make it out onto the street. So this is still a problem.
Crazy.
That's ongoing.
Crazy. Yeah, man, that's crazy. And that's what I'm talking about. It's stuff like that when you don't pay attention to what's going on. Yeah, man, that's wild, man. That is absolutely wild to me. Absolutely crazy, man. And what I'm tripping off is how young they are. You saw they were kids, man. Like, well, I mean, they're technically adults, really, because once you turn 18, you know, it's game on after that. All right, and there's Tactical Man back, another video, man. Kind of kind of changed up a few things because you know, they banned TikTok and YouTube. I'm in a safe control environment. All these weapons are clear that you're going to see. Safety check. Hit 18 and over for my content. Abiding by all YouTube guidelines. But yeah, I don't know what day is it. Today is Sunday, the 19th or something like that. But yeah, basically, y'all woke up and found out TikTok was banned. I don't really give a shit about TikTok. That shit don't change my life. But what did change my life is they shut down CapCut. And so CapCut is a little free app that I use to edit my videos and whatnot. And so they shut that shit down too. So I got to go to another one. Now there's a bunch of them out there. A lot of YouTubers use tons of editing apps and stuff like that, and you can, it ain't gonna shut it down, but it was, you know, I'm cheap, so I was using it because it was free, easy, accessible, right on your phone. I don't got no real camera, and I don't use a computer for none of this stuff. This whole channel is organic, grassroots, just a regular dude shooting videos. So CapCut, it fit my needs for the most part. But yeah, this is disturbing, man, because the reason why I want to put this clip up, because I want to show the face of these criminals, man. You saw that was a diverse little group right there, all about 18 to 21 or 19, different nationalities, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, and you saw the little girl, a teenage girl in there. So don't be thinking that some of these kids, you know, because they female, young looking, they can't be violent, they can't be active criminals. They actually can be, and most of them are. Well, I can say most of them, but there's quite a few of them that are. But more importantly, I don't know if you picked up on the fact that, they said the guys that he confirmed that all these switches are coming from China. So China is basically single-handedly destabilizing our country with fentanyl, drugs, their own illegal immigrants, their own illegal nationalists they send over here, Glock switches, TikTok, that was a way to track people and monitor people, get inside the system, hack their systems. The U.S. is paranoid about truth telling. That shit don't sell down the river. Everybody know that our mainstream media is paid. So don't nobody go to you can go to mainstream media for local stuff because they not really to the point where they can afford to not run a story because they won't have ratings. But national news, no, man, that's just all paid for. What they gonna let get through and what they gonna promote or put on the evening news, whatever it may be. But your local stuff, for the most part, if you just go report a crime to your local Crime Stopper or whatever, it'll get ran for sure. But yeah, that right there is a big issue, and everybody knows where these switches is coming from, where where they've been manufactured at, the whole design, everything. And I find it interesting that they also said that it's all over the state of Texas, and some of them they don't even know how far it's going to outside the country and other parts of the country. So that's kind of disturbing, but I want to show the face of that so people can stop profiling people thinking that, oh, that person looks like a criminal. That person, man, those are teenagers. And Glock switches is an instant 10-year that's a federal offense, man. So they looking at a long time in jail. Distributing, oh man, they're locked up for a minute. They won't see daylight for quite some time unless they can snitch somebody else out and give them a bigger person on the food chain. That's how that works. You can get your sentence lower, but you got to give up somebody. So we never know. But it's real disturbing, and that's why you got to be armed. You got to at home. You need to be ready because those switches can get in the wrong person. Get in the wrong person's hand. They're gonna end up in the wrong person's hand because anybody that's a normal law-abiding gun owner or a person that just want to have firearms just to protect their family, I would like to believe that you're not stupid enough to go buy a switch. I mean, please tell me that anybody watching this video really thinks that that's a cool thing to have. And well, it could be a cool thing to have for a range toy, but the fact of the matter is it's federally illegal. So, I mean, how much fun do you need to have, because you can have a little fun with that if you want, but if you get caught with it or someone snitch you out, and remember, if someone's watching this video and thinking that they can just go buy a switch and nobody's going to say nothing, man, if the person that gets caught selling the switch, they're going to snitch your ass out to make sure their deal is a little sweeter. So I would, anybody watching this, man, don't get involved with none of that Glock switch stuff. Keep that stuff out of your residency, out of your hands, out of your possession. It's nothing going to cause you a whole bunch of trouble. You're going to end up behind bars, locked up. And if you're buying it for somebody who you think is cool, or that's my homie, or that's my friend, or whatever, that motherfucker will sell your ass out in a heartbeat as soon as the feds come knocking at his door. All those cats snitch and cry when they get caught. None of them, they don't hold it down. There ain't no street code. There ain't no, I'm going to hold it down for my crew and all that shit's gone. Once they get them silver handcuffs slapped on them and get behind that wall, they start singing like a canary. They will tell until they can get a lighter deal. And sometimes they just want to do it just to get in PC. So they're not even tough at the end of the day. None of them cats look tough to me. So they going to find out, but they going to the feds. So they going to find out what they really made of, man. So I just want to drop in that little story. What y'all think about that? Texas has been having a rough little run lately, man. But with a state that big, and again, they got the southern border too, just like California does. And I keep telling y'all, people, when you live in Texas and when you live in New Mexico and you live in Arizona and you live in California and to a certain degree, Nevada also, you are dealing with international crime waves. You're not dealing with just a homegrown domestic crime wave, a couple knuckleheads sitting in their grandma's basement trying to hatch up a plan. No, you're not dealing with that anymore. This is an international crime wave that's going across America. These switches are coming from overseas into all the inner city areas of America and being distributed. How is this happening? How is it? He even said it. It's just like ordering something off Amazon. How is that so easy for a country that's supposed to have the most security, the most, Homeland security, border protection, all these kind of things. And how is that just easily coming in like that? So it just told you that we're not really the most secure country when it comes to good goods being imported into our country We don't do a good job of screening all that stuff out because, again, it comes down to the greed of the dollar. If somebody can get paid exorbitant amount of money, it's going to get through. That's what we find. That's what we're learning. I already knew this. Maybe some of y'all are learning this, but that's how it works in this country. If the demand is there, the product's going to get there. And then if they start restraining on that demand, let's say they start putting restrictions up, then the price of that illegal product goes even higher. But one thing that doesn't stop is the demand. It's just the price of it is going to change according to what happens legally or what happens if a certain person gets caught or they change a way of how getting these products in. They just got to go back to the drawing board and figure out another way to hatch their plan to get that product inside of the country. But you can believe if it's an illegal product, anything illegal pretty much worldwide on an international scheme, the landing spot is the United States of America, flat out. Everything illegally just being hatched up worldwide is trying to get its destination, is trying to get here to America. And China has a big hand in what's going on right now. So we're going to see what's going to happen, moving forward, new president coming in. Me personally, I don't really have a lot of faith in none of them. So I don't really see nothing really changing. It's just going to be the same bullshit. It's just going to be stirred up in a different pot. And it's going to be sprinkled with a little different seasoning. But it'll still ultimately be the same thing. The hardworking people of America is going to get screwed over. The average working man and woman, their home won't be protected by law enforcement. The average old senior citizen won't have nobody there to have their back when someone kicks their door in or someone hits them in the head coming back from the grocery store. It's just going to be the same stuff. It's just a different person that's going to be in charge. So now, if someone wants to say, oh, no, Trump's going to do this, do that, hey, that's fine and dandy. I would hope to see some kind of change. But for the most part, we're still going to have illegal immigrants coming into the country. We're still going to have, they're already here, first of all. So let's just stop that nonsense. We can just bury that shit. They're already here. So unless you just gonna go door to door, borough to borough, every little nook and cranny, farmhouse, anywhere, fly over the land in America, you're gonna go check all these cornfields and little areas and caves and caverns and ditches and extract all these illegal people out of the country and march them and fly them up out of here. And if you ain't doing that, then you can save all that shit for me. I don't believe in any of it. I wouldn't be shocked if they don't even close the border and they keep letting more coming in. It doesn't matter, man. We all been sold out, man, by these politicians, and now they got people believing that one president is going to actually make a change. It's really, I don't want to offend nobody because I know some people really believe in the system, and I don't have no belief. I don't trust it. I don't believe in it. Not 1% of my soul, less than 1/10 of 1%. Do I believe in any of those politicians in D.C., Capitol Hill? I have no faith in them. I know they don't have my back. I know they don't have my neighbor's back. I know they don't have my son back in South Korea. They don't have nobody's back. But there's people still actually believe that, oh, Trump's in and he's going to save the day and he's going to clean the country up and get rid of all the illegal immigrants and all the crime's going to go away. Please. Crime's going to go up. What are you talking about? Matter of fact, Joe Biden, people don't even realize this. You can look this up yourself. When Trump was president and Biden was clearly the president now, but those two administrations, if I ask someone who spent more money on law enforcement out of those two presidents, everybody would think Trump. And its reality is not. Biden has spent the most money on law enforcement. He's given them more money than any president since Reagan. Think about that for a minute. You got to go back to the Reagan era to match the amount of money that Joe Biden has been giving to law enforcement in the United States of America. So I don't want to hear that nonsense. When Trump was in office, he cut military pay. He cut soldiers' pays that were overseas fighting a war in Afghanistan. Fact check that. So this just goes to show you that propaganda is a motherfucker. People can spin shit how they want. And the bottom line is that people are going to believe what they want. They're not going to care about the actual facts. In this era, I'm 56. I'm from the old school. Facts mattered when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s. Even on the streets, it mattered. All that shit mattered. 2025, nobody cares about facts because people, once they set their mind on what they want to believe, then that's it. You can't sell them on it. You can't tell them that. You can go outside and say, man, the sky is blue. If somebody don't want to believe it's blue, they'll be, man, it's black, it's cloudy out there. That's just the way, definitely how America operates. People believe what they want. Like, what's that stupid line I hate? I'm going to tell my truth. Let's tell the truth. Fuck your truth. That is the most ignorant shit I ever heard in my life. I'm gonna just tell my truth. That this is my truth. Well, my truth. It just be truth. My truth. What? This is some of the ignorant shit I've ever seen. We got some of the stupidest people in the history of humankind live in this country. Some of the most ignorant people live in this country. Some of the most racist people live in this country. Some of the most evil people live in this country. Some of the weakest, spineless people live in this country. And it's a damn shame. And that's not all of them, but we got the worst of the worst, okay? And we do have some of the best of the best. We have some of the most caring, loving people in the country. But the scale is unbalanced because of the fact that people want to believe what they want to believe just because they are fanboys and fangirls of a particular concept or a political party, Republican, Democrat. Man, get the fuck out of here. Both of them motherfuckers don't give a fuck about the hardworking person in this country or a person that walks the line every day, does everything the right way, don't break the law, pay their taxes, do the right thing. Neither one of those parties give a fuck about you. We're seeing that right now in California. And Biden gonna send them $770. This motherfucker sent over $300 billion to Ukraine. Probably who knows how much money. I forgot. I lost track of how many billions he's been sending to Ukraine, Israel, all these places. But here is California burning like a motherfucker. These people over here all pay taxes, home insurance. They're good people. They work for their property. They're homeowners. And you'd say $770 is, you think that's cool. But you letting motherfuckers come across the border and giving them Visa debit cards with the $1,100 max on it. So the illegal criminal, illegal immigrant gets more than a homeowner in Los Angeles. Make that shit make sense. Make that shit make sense to me. And Gavin Newsom down there smiling and cheesing it all up, and Biden over there acting chummy, acting like it's no big deal. Man, my friend, I got friends lost everything. I don't know a lot of people that lost everything, but I know 3 for sure lost everything. My one buddy, hardworking dude, lost 3 cars, a boat, cat, everything. I did find this out though. They arrested a cat that was trying to loot, and I think the minimum for looting from the fires, I think they said 30-year sentence. I believe they're throwing out 30-year sentences. So because there's a lot of safes that made it through the fires. And from my understanding, I don't got the safe, but I heard the Liberty safes did pretty well. They found over 34 Liberty safes standing tall in the ashes. They made it through the fire. So I'm not trying to plug Liberty safe, but I get that's what my buddy told me. He lost his home. He had a Liberty safe and everything was still in there. So get you a good safe, because it sounds like they do work under extreme heat. But yeah, I'm just gonna get up out of here, man. I just want to just point this out, these Glock switches, and make sure we understand as gun owners that we all have to play a role in gun safety, protecting the Second Amendment, putting out a good image about owning firearms, and don't get caught up in illegal transactions, straw deals, Glock switches. Stay away from all that nonsense, because at the end of the day, when the powers that be want to start taking shit away, they're going to take away from the people who don't even break the law. Because they're never going to get the illegal shit out of the people that are criminals. They're never going to get that shit out of their hands. So their way of fixing it is taking our shit away, putting more restrictions on us and things of that nature. So we have to band together and stay responsible with our firearms, and make sure that when we come across somebody that wants to get into firearms, that we teach them the right way and make them understand that you can't be doing criminal stuff as a firearm owner, because at the end of the day, it can hurt your neighbor, your grandma, your uncle from having a gun to protect themselves just because you want to be a knucklehead and be stupid. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's your boy Eyes and Ears Tat. Let me know what y'all think. Get armed up, protect yourself, but more importantly, be responsible with your firearms. Understand that it's a right, but it's still a privilege. And at the end of the day, we see how our country operates. We don't know what they can do to take our shit away and make it all harder for everybody, man. So let me know what you guys think about that Glock switch and those kids, man. That's kind of disturbing, man. Some teenagers out there fucking selling Glock switches and stuff like that. Now we don't know where all those damn things at and who hands they in. All right, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.